Thomas, thanks for this opportunity talking to audience in the Middle East. You're the second longest serving manager in the Premier League. When you hear this stat, what kind of feeling you have about it?
That's a good stat. In many ways, I think it's a very positive stat. Not only for me, of course, it's good for me, but I think it says a lot about the club and the journey we've been on. I think there's a lot of good people that worked very hard for a very long time, very structured, aligned with the strategy. That makes me be the longest serving or second longest serving manager in the Premier League. We got a very good leadership group from Matthew, the owner, to Phil Giles, sports director, Lee Dykes, technical director, John Varney, CEO, and me. Been there, all of us, for a long time together. Good group of players, good group of staff. All that added together makes my job much easier. And I'm the face of everything. And I need to sit here and smile and be positive. But if I don't have that support behind me, it wouldn't have been possible.
How important is this support network behind you to be in sync with the owners, with the executives, with everything around you?
Yeah, but I think every club that got that support in place, got that strategy aligned from top to bottom, believe in the process every single day, through ups and downs, and in football there's a lot of ups and downs. That makes a difference. That makes us being capable of competing against a lot of the biggest clubs in the world, not only in UK, and that makes us do quite well in the fourth season in Premier League.
How do you see that achievement of taking Brentford to the Premier League for the first time since 1947? Could you have envisaged that when you were the manager in the Championship before?
Mm-hmm. No, I think that it was the aim, but we knew that when I took over, I knew, of course, that was the dream. First season was just, we were, I think, took over when we were mid-table, a little bit higher than mid-table, and we ended mid-table. Second season, we changed a lot of players, and we finished third, playoff final, and then the last season Championship, we knew, I knew we had a good chance, or there was another good chance. That was the moment, and luckily we took it.
And this is your fourth season in the Premier League. How do you describe the journey so far in the top flight?
A very beautiful journey in many ways, but all journeys got ups and downs. So there's definitely been more ups than downs in the 4 seasons in the Premier League. It's been a fantastic experience with good players and good people. And when you've been here for a while, you see players grow, people grow, staff grow, including myself, of course. And being part of that as I describe, as a nice performance environment is a privilege to be part of.
From outside, so many people talking about Brentford as an example of good use of stats and data to perform as a club. How accurate is that description?
I understand the narrative. That was the narrative that came from when Matthew Benham took over the club with his company, Smart Odds, in the back, and we still use those data a lot, but I think that's just a small part of it. I think the big resource we have is the human side. I think the human side of it, from every staff, player, director, is big, and I think that the way we're united together and we walk together in the same direction is the biggest reason why we can compete.
And this is the Premier League, one of the best leagues in the world, the most richest league in the world. You have, I think, the third lowest budget in the Premier League. How do you operate with this environment and still competitive and stay in the Premier League year in, year out?
That's tough. We all know that the finance situation, if you have the biggest budget, you got a better chance of having success. Luckily, it's not the only thing. It is about a good culture, and how do you create a good culture? You do that with good people around you, with good guidelines and principles every single day. You have a mindset of keep pushing, keep developing. Just coming off the back of a meeting with my coaching staff, my analysis staff, where we looked into the stats from this season so far. We do that after 12 games. We do that after 24 games, just to see where we are. Is there anything we can improve? Anything we're doing well? So we keep trying to be not only innovative, but also try to constantly develop.
And giving this piece of information you just gave about, looking at the season so far, did you put your finger on why the flip of fortunes happened towards Brentford from winning the games at home at the beginning of the season, and the last 5 games we've seen kind of it's not the same fortress as it used to be?
No, I think we've been very consistent in our performances, more or less, throughout the season. As I remember it, I think we have one very bad game now. I can't remember what it was, but overall I've been fairly happy with all the performances.
Ipswich maybe 4-3.
No, we won. Not only because we won. I think that was still there was many good things. We just gave away some bad goals in that game, but. We overall have had a consistent performance throughout the season, so I think that's good, home and away. And sometimes you're having momentum and you're winning all the games at home, and you lack a little bit of momentum to get over the line in the away games. Now it's flipped a little bit, but it's still been good performances. I've been happy and pleased with the performances so far against City home, Liverpool home, Arsenal home, even Nottingham Forest, even through Tottenham. I think we in many ways performed well. In many other games, we would have got 3 points out of that performance. So we just need to keep doing what we're doing well.
Given this journey in the Premier League in the 4th season, how can Brentford, with this budget, comparing to the big guns, sustain it on the long run and stay as a Premier League club?
To sustain it is demanding a lot of hard work. Keeping a good structure. Keep developing, because if we keep doing the same, other clubs will overtake us. So we keep adding those layers, as I say, a little bit style of play, a little bit on recovery, a little bit on the physical side. Get the right flow of players in and out. So keep the good players as long as possible, but also change so we get a little bit new dynamic into it. Do bits a little bit different, because I've been here for 8 years and more than 6 years, 6.5 years as a head coach. So I think that the players have heard my voice enough times. So how can I change it sometimes, but also getting new players in. So I think that's the big part, and never take anything for granted. We're playing in the best league, the most relentless league in the world. It's such a difficult league to compete in, so nothing can be taken for granted.
We live in an age where the stats and data about everything. Whenever you finish a Premier League game, you get a big line of stats about how many shots on targets. How much these data and stats reflect the reality of the game from your eyes as a coach?
I think it's a good guideline, but I don't think it's standalone. I think there is the stats or data, and then there is the actual game you see with your football eyes and football experience through 30 years. And that can be different sometimes. A good example, for example, I came in after the Liverpool game. I thought we played a really good game in many ways. Then I saw the stats that we conceded over 3 XG. I thought, what? They couldn't really, because I don't think we gave that much away. But that was just the amount of shots from 25 yards. Then the flip side, the Tottenham game, I thought we played an okay game, but I was not top satisfied. but we still created more than 2 XG and they created less than 1. So in any other day we should have won that game. But the stats didn't fit with my view of the games, both games. So I think you need to have both when you analyze a game after, and that's why sometimes it's difficult for me to be clear to the media straight after a game, because 1, I'm a little bit emotional. 2, I don't have the clear overview, even that I see some parts through. So actually, the media should be 2 days after, 1 day after, but that'll probably be a little bit too boring.
Final question for you in this section. What will be a successful season for Brentford?
I think a successful season is that we keep improving and we keep doing well. I think every season where we do the minimum criteria to always stay in the league, that's never the single aim, but that's the minimum. Then that's part of success, because I think it's good to have that in the back of the mind. You can take nothing for granted. Look at the bigger clubs that's playing in the Championship and how difficult it is to push through and get into the Premier League. But I will never be fully satisfied if that was the only target. The second target is to finish as high as possible. And I don't like to say top 8 or Europe or whatever, because I just want to finish as high as possible.